Going to believe who I'm with here. My close personal friend, the one, the only, Mr. Mike Matheny.
I've never seen you before in my life.
All right, Mike. We can agree to disagree, but one thing we can agree on.
Get your baseball news at one Cardinal, one Cub, and one beer.
With your favorite, Vince Hopper?
And the other guy?
JJ?
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to episode 144 of One Cardinal, One Cub, One Beer, and today, One Brewer, because our guest will be Brandon Sienko, who has been on here before. And last time he was on here, we talked about him racing as a sausage at Miller Park or American Family Park in Milwaukee. This time it's much more serious because, the Brewers. So anyway, let's get the housekeeping done. Those of you who are watching us on the YouTube channel, please subscribe to our channel so you can have our shows as soon as they drop. Please like us on Facebook. All the interaction that we get on social media helps to grow the show. If you want to contact us, you can do that through any of our platforms by leaving a message, leaving a comment, or you can go to onecard1cup1beer@gmail.com and you can use the old-fashioned email, just like Grandma used to use. Or if you want to use snail mail, send us a letter at P.O. Box 373, Peebly, Missouri, 63010. Wait, it's 63070? I don't remember. But anyway, you can go to patreon.com and you can support our show through Patreon. Just go to the search bar and type in One Cardinal, One Cup, and One Beer to support our efforts. So, JJ, how are you doing?
Always doing good. It's been just a good baseball season. Lots of ups and downs, things going on. I'm a Cardinal fan, but I still have enjoyed it. But this weekend, Vince, I went down to a boys' hobby shop, Dream Hobby Shop in Caledonia. And first of all, I got the Brendan Donovan bobblehead. Look at that. How can you refuse? It looks just like him. They've come so far with these bobbleheads. Even got his sunglasses on his hat with a little cardinal peeking over there. There he is, Brendan Donovan. The hair, look at that. Man, the first ones in 2001 just sort of looked like round. They were just kind of a round shape. Really didn't look like the players. And if you're ever going to collect these bobbleheads, I'm not selling them, but keep the box, because the box, you have the box, you can get more for the bobblehead if you want to, just keep it and sell it later on. Just a little helpful advice there. I got the two players that were down there was Alan Craig and David Freese. So I had a card signed by Alan Craig. Right there it is. Nice card right there. And very nice guy. I asked him, I said, are you still involved with baseball, coaching or anything? He goes, well, I work for the San Diego Padres. And I said, oh, you guys are pretty good. And he said, yeah. And I said, well, good luck the rest of the way, except against the Cardinals. And he goes, I don't think we play you guys anymore. So that was very nice. And then I have a project that actually our friend Jason Mott got me thinking about. I got this picture, and Jason Mott signed it right there. And he said, how about if I sign where I'm at, and then you can get all the other players to sign it? I thought, well, yeah. So Mott was down there in Caledonia. Right there behind him, that's David Freese, and he signed it on his chest right there. And right behind him, his head sticking up, that's Alan Craig. So he signed it right there. And next month, Lance Lynn's going to be down there, and Lance is right there. So little by little, it's a little project. I'll probably never get Moline and Pujols, those guys, but I'm working towards it. Carpenter's coming down there, and he's in the picture. So that's just a little project I have, kind of fun, and talking to the players. I met a guy right behind me, had the same picture, except he had Yachty. Yachty had signed right where we were sitting down. I was like, oh, man, you got Yachty and Molina. So that's kind of what I was doing, working on my collection this weekend and watching the Cardinals get stopped by the Yankees, but that's another story for another day.
Speaking of the Cardinals, I don't know. I think if you pull, and I'm not talking about casual baseball fans, I'm talking about what we call baseball fans in the know, guys who really pay attention to the game. And there was a guy in one of the Cardinal groups that said something to the effect, um, it's not going to happen because he doesn't play on one of the coasts, which I thought was ridiculous when I tell you the rest of this. He said, but Mason Wynn should win the Gold Glove. And I bet nobody outside of St. Louis has ever heard of him. And I thought, okay, first of all, Cardinals have won plenty of Gold Gloves. I've never seen a coast bias for Gold Gloves, um, and a lot of it now is based on statistics. So it's kind of hard to argue with statistics. Um, but I told him, I said, I think a lot of people know who Mason Wynn is. He's a tremendous defender. He's got a cannon for an arm. He's got a bat that's just going to get better. He's a future star. And not only that, he's going to be one of the great ambassadors for this game. And I had a lot of people saying, like, yeah, I'm a Brewers fan. I know who he is. He's a great, one of the guys that we watch. Yeah, I sometimes I think we all do this with our own teams. We feel like, oh, especially when the team's not good, nobody pays attention to our guys. They get slighted. And I know that, the people who know Shohei Ohtani and Juan Soto, that's their baseball realm. They're probably not going to ever hear of Mason, haven't heard of Mason Wynn. But I think baseball fans in the know, we all know that this is a guy 2 years ago I thought should have been an all-star. Didn't quite have the numbers this year, but I think, yeah, future star.
Oh,
Some
oh
player.
yeah. And it's about the Gold Glove. Sometimes I've always felt this: if you've got a name and you've been the dominant one, because back before we've had all these statistics, you would say, like, for instance, Mike Schmidt, what a fantastic fielder, outstanding. But there was one year, and this is just my bias as a Cardinal fan, Kenny Reitz was phenomenal defensively. And I thought, maybe this is the year. And Schmidt still got the Gold Glove now. That's just me wanting Reitz. And he had a great year. One year in particular, he was just phenomenal. I mean, extra good. I think Yadier Molina, just because he was the guy almost every year that won it for a while, maybe he kept other people who would just. I remember there was a year LaCroix was really good for the Brewers, and Yachty got the Gold Glove, and I thought, well, the expert spoke. I don't know. But now they have a defensive Bible. I think last year Wynn statistically in the defensive Bible was number 1 or 2. So he's very good. It's just tough to narrow it down to one guy unless he's just extraordinary or something like that. But I don't think there's any bias. I really don't.
I It used to be said when we were kids, like, the Gold Glove is a year behind. The first year you should have won it, you're not going to win it. You'll win it that next year, um, because it was a player's vote and coach's vote at that time. And uh, you had, all right, let's say Mark Belanger playing short, who won a few Gold Gloves for Baltimore, and then you had like an up and coming shortstop like Rick Burleson for the Red Sox, and Belanger maybe got it a year or two when he shouldn't have got it because he was getting older, range diminished, and then there was a few years that like a Burleson should have got it or a Patek should have got it, but they didn't because they were still giving it to tried and true people. I don't think that's so true anymore. As evidence, a few years ago when Arenado didn't even make the final three, and Brian Hayes won it, who was clearly, I thought, the best third baseman.
I did too. And I love Arenado, but I just thought Hayes was the best third baseman defensively in baseball that year.
Yeah. And it's going to be very fascinating to see the Gold Glove this year because I look at the Cubs. Matt Shaw is a Gold Glove caliber third baseman. I don't know if
phenomenal.
It's final three, Dansby Swanson has won Gold Gloves before, and he's still a great defender. At second base, Nico Horner's won a Gold Glove, and up an hour in Milwaukee, Bryce Terang won a Gold Glove last year. So
He's
we got
great.
two great second basemen in our own division. Michael Bush is a Gold Glove caliber first baseman. Um, we've got all kinds of talent, even in this division, that it makes you wonder, wow, we may just
Oh,
gobble up Gold Gloves this year.
that is true.
I hope I'd like to see Mason win and Dansby Swanson both in the final
That'd be
three
cool.
for Gold Glove. I just love, you know, what we have going. And, we have PCA, you've got Victor Scott, who's just a
He's
great.
getting better he's getting every month. I just think he gets better defensively, getting good jumps. But I have to say this PCA, every game there's some highlight film play this guy makes, and I'm like, good grief, you can't count on anything landing because here he comes, just out of nowhere and snatches that ball up out of, off the ground or over his head or in the alley or whatever. Phenomenal. That he's worth the price of admission right there. Just watching him play the defense out in center field.
Yeah, I think the most beautiful thing in baseball is a great defensive play.
I do too.
Yeah, just raw athleticism. Making a dive, then getting to your knees and throwing somebody out. That just
Those Dave Parker throws to third and home, nailing people. Oh,
because growing up, we've all played baseball where we've hit the ball tremendously hard for a kid because the other kid wasn't throwing that hard, or we you're a pitcher and you strike out 18 hitters in a 7-inning game because you throw so much harder than everybody else in the league. But on defense, you really don't see great defensive plays until you get to like high school ball and you start like, wow, that was awesome. There's a lot of bad defense played in Little League. I mean, it's just like crap. Something.
I've seen kids go like this and catch the ball. I have actually seen that before. They turn their head, not even looking, and they put the glove up and they've caught the ball. And I'm like, oh, what the heck is going on? Arenado caught a couple balls diving into the stands because he's got that net. And my gosh, incredible plays. Or nothing's more exciting than the third baseman running in and barehanding it and whizzing it over there and nailing the guy by half a step.
Yeah,
I applaud. If I'm in the stands, I applaud the other team. I've had people say, hey, who you for? But I'm like, that was a great play. I don't care who did it. That's a great play.
Yeah. I was playing center field in a Little League game, about 12 years old or so. And there was a guy on second base and there was nobody out. And the guy hit a can of corn to me. And I catch the ball, and the guy that was on second base was halfway to home. He had rounded third, was halfway to home.
Oh.
And I just stood there with the ball. Not that I was trying to taunt him to run back. I was like, are you serious? It was a lazy fly ball. And I just kind of flicked it to the second base. My whole team's like, throw it to second. I was like, I know. He's almost home. There's no hurry here.
Greg Maddox, the one thing, he's so great, but he was such good defensively pitcher. That dude was perfect. He'd always set up to field the grounders or throw out the guy, or the ball bounced over his head. He'd run with his back to home plate, catch it, turn, and throw him a guy out at first. Phenomenal. That probably got him an extra 10 wins over his career or something, those defensive plays he made on the mound.
Yeah, great.
What a player.
Yeah, and I also like a catcher who can grab that bunt and nail a guy at second when they're trying to sacrifice. That's just gun it to second.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, well, let me get into injuries. Adolis Garcia is on the 10-day IL with the sprained left ankle. And Texas, it's 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, it seems like. But a lot of people are like that. Anthony DiScafini, gosh, I wish
Don't
I.
ask me. I can't pronounce anything.
Anyway, he's on the 15-day IL with the right thumb inflammation. Carlos Carrasco has been DFA'd by Atlanta, so why not? Where's Atlanta going? The Giants, who have really faded. This isn't going to help. Matt Chapman's on the 10-day IL with right hand inflammation. Max Muncy, and now we have to say which Max Muncy because there's actually two playing, one for Oakland, one for Sacramento, one for LA. Max Muncy, the Max Muncy from LA, he's on the 10-day IL with a strained right elbow. This one really hurts. Zach Wheeler, who may be the best pitcher in the National League that isn't named Paul Skeens, 15-day IL with a blood clot in his right shoulder. And this would hurt if they were contenders, but they're not contenders, but they're all-star. The Marlins, Kyle Stauer, 10-day IL with the left side strain. And nobody of consequence died this week, Lack of injuries. Everybody's alive. It's been a good week.
That's right. You mentioned Zach Wheeler. We're all competitors and we want our team to win, but we want Zach Wheeler to come off that surgery well and healthy and just no ill will on any player. But I have to say the Philadelphia Phillies have, for 10 years, it seems like, have had a team on the brink of a championship, and they just come so close. And Aaron Nola and Wheeler have been the two dominant pitchers, and now Nola just seems to have fallen on hard times, having a horrible year. And then Wheeler goes down, and they've got some good young pitchers, but I thought this could have been their year. So my question to you, Vince, is: would you rather have like a prolonged, really good stretch, or would you rather have a couple years and you win a world championship? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's great to have 7-8 years where you could and you don't know and you don't quite make it, or just maybe have some bad years, but you have a 3-year stretch and you get that championship in there.
I would rather have a 3-year stretch, win a championship.
And win a championship?
Yeah, and I'll use the Royals for an example. A couple of decades of futility, and because the Royals are my American League team, followed them closely. When they won the World Series in 2015, it really was a David and Goliath thing, especially being they made it in 2014, and they would have won 2 straight World Series if it wasn't for a guy named Madison Bumgarner playing out of his ball. But their patience paid off, and they made a lot of bad moves, but they knew that they were building this talent that was going to be really good. And was it 2013 when they traded Zach Greinke, and management told him, you might want to stick around because we got some really good stuff going. Nope. I want to go to a contender now. So they traded him. But yeah, I would rather have that little stretch where, win a World Series. When you're a Cub fan, you don't take World Series championships for granted. You really don't. It's like, if I never see another one before I die, I'm not going to say I'll be happy, but I'll be okay because at least I saw one. And I think that's one thing that Cardinal fans, one of the reasons why a lot of the fans in general don't like Cardinal fans, don't like Yankee fans, don't like Dodger fans, because the fans act like that, we win World Series all the time. It's our birthright. And when you've been a franchise that knows how hard it can be to win a World Series, you haven't unlocked the formula like the Cardinals, the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Rockies, teams like that.
There's 35-year-old people here in St. Louis that's never seen what we're going through right now. They're like, hey, we're supposed to be up there all the time. And that's just the ebb and flow of the game. I mean, these other teams are trying too. We've been blessed. We've had some superstar players, but I'm enjoying I know people say, you enjoy this 500 team? Yeah. Arenado, he's not what he used to be, but my gosh, that's no Arenado. That's a Hall of Famer. I'm getting to go to the ballpark and see him play. These young guys win, and Victor Scott. And I'm telling you what, Nolan Gorman, he's a young guy, but Vince, when he hits the ball, there's not another guy on the team that the ball flies off his bat like him. I know his batting average ain't much right now, but he's getting better. And last night, it just looked like he just put the bat on the ball and it went in the second deck. I'm enjoying these guys. Sonny Gray, thank God he came here. We'd have something to cheer for. And Liberators picked up the pace, and these young guys in the bullpen. So, yeah, I mean, I know this year kind of a year of growth and change. We'll see what happens, but we'll get maybe a good draft choice again. And the future looks like it's, and I think Ollie Marmol has done a great job. A lot of people, but he hasn't had a whole lot to work with. They didn't go out and pick up anybody, and we're just going to go with the young players. And I think he's done a heck of a job. And just to stay patient and talk to reporters, Vince, I would have flipped out on them reporters probably in May. I would have been knocking over tables and stuff. So Ollie Marmol, class guy, and I'm glad he's in charge of our team.
Now, when you have a team that's in transition, like the Cardinals rebuilding, if you're around 500, that should give you a lot of optimism.
Oh, yeah.
Building, we've got a competitive team, so there's something going on right there. You don't have the talent in place or the skills developed to the point where you're a serious contender. But with these young guys who make a lot of mistakes, are going to swing a ball four, they're going to throw to the wrong base. You guys have been flirting in that with 500 for the whole season, and that should give people some optimism.
And young teams are just inconsistent. I think that's the difference between a veteran or a pro team or a real good team. They're just more consistent. I mean, we're weird. Like, we'll take a team that's playoff bound and we'll take 2 out of 3 in their home field, and then we come against the Rockies, who's won 35 games. They beat us 5 out of 6. And I'm like, what the heck? We're just inconsistent, little things here and there. But they're learning, and maybe next year will be even better. And but I'm with you, Vince. World championships, they're so hard to come by, but the journey's fun too. Because like the Phillies have had 9 years where the fans thought, well, this could be our year. They're excited. Because Philadelphia gets rocking in the playoffs, and they just come up short because maybe the team's just a little bit better that year. But yeah, I know there's nothing better than the World Championship. With Cardinals, still been with our chest puffed out from 2011. We're still kind of living on that air. So this has kind of brought us back to earth, and I think we needed that a little bit, little humility, a little being humble for a little bit.
And yeah, I've said it on here before. This is why I love baseball so much. Even the White Sox fans last year woke up 40 times in a good mood the next day.
Yeah.
I've seen some 90 plus lost teams in my lifetime, and you know what? I still woke up plenty of times. Man, we looked pretty good yesterday.
That's right.
I'm that guy who, when the Cubs have been 32 games behind whomever in 1979 or whatever, I'm still watching the game on October 1st, the last game of the season, because that's my team playing.
That's right. I'm going to miss it when it's gone. Wintertime is brutal. I'm going to miss it when it's gone. Yeah.
When I went to college, 1984, I got up one Saturday and I was going to watch the game of the week, and it was the last weekend of the season. And on the game of the week, the Royals were playing someone, and the Royals had just clinched a playoff spot, their division, the night before. And George Brett was just in the dugout with sunglasses on, I mean, it's your Greg Pryors playing third base,
Yes.
And I'm so pumped. I'm sitting in the lounge in my floor at the dorm, and I'm going to watch the Royals play whomever. And some jerk comes in and says, "Oh, you're not watching the whatever football game?" "No." "Well, what are you watching this for?" "Because I like baseball."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, this is a meaningless game because they just said that they clinched yesterday. This is a meaningless game. And I wanted to say, because he was a senior and I was a freshman, I didn't have any guts. I wanted to say, to me, a college football game is a meaningless game when you put it up against a baseball game. I don't care, and I like college football. But finally, I just said, fine, take the TV. If it means that much to you, uh, uh, I
I
could.
know what you're talking about, Vince. I was in the Navy and I was stationed in Camden, Washington, and I would take the ferry boat up to Puget Sound to Seattle and watch the Mariners play. And that's when Griffey was around 89 and 90, those 2 years. And I remember you get to the ferry boat about midnight because that's the next one that would take you back down to Camden. And one day they had team pictures. They had a team picture that was about this big, and I still have it of the Seattle Mariners. And all the drunk sailors came on. They said, "Jay, what are you doing?" And I said, "I went to the Seattle game." What? Because you didn't want to chase the ladies and drink. I said, "I don't drink." I got a picture. They were like, "Oh, look at this guy." They made fun of me, but it's okay. I stick by my car. I met a retired Navy man, and he would go to the game every day and he had season tickets. He had an apple and an orange. You take, sit there, watch the game, eat that, get back on the ferry. Me and him became friends. We rode that ferry back and forth, watching the Mariner games that year, and those are some of the greatest memories. So I'm with you, Vince. I'm not shy about my love of the game.
Couple things popped up on my computer screen. So,
Oh, okay.
did you hear what happened with Victor Robles?
Yeah, I saw the film. Yes, he lost his cool there.
Well, he's playing a rehab in AAA for Tacoma, which is Seattle's AAA team, and he got hit 5 times by the same team over a span of 3 games. 3 of those times were by the same pitcher. Well, that last pitch that he got hit by was coming at his throat. It hit his shoulder, and he was not happy.
Oh yeah.
And so he threw his bat at the pitcher. And I'm sure if I'm a AAA pitcher and Victor Robles, oh my gosh, I do not condone throwing a bat at a pitcher. I don't. But I can see his frustration.
Oh yeah.
He's trying to get back, and this team just keeps plunking you. Oh. And so he has been hit with a 10-game suspension, which means he's probably going to have to play a couple more games in AAA to get his bat in order before he rejoins the team. And to his credit, he did apologize. He profusely apologized for it. And I've never seen Victor Robles do anything that was.
I agree. Class guy. He's always real mild mannered, smiling. I never seen him upset before.
But, yeah, I think everybody's got their breaking point, and when you get hit 5 times in 3 games, 3 times by the same pitcher, you think.
Oh yeah. Harold Reynolds said this wasn't about that situation, but he said, "Hey, you're a professional. Learn how to get the ball over the plate. There's no reason to be hitting guys like that. If you're AAA, was it AAA?
Yeah.
You've learned to control your pitches where you can at least throw it in the dirt or a little inside. But when you hit a guy that many times, that is ridiculous." So Harold Reynolds, there was another time a player got into it with somebody. He said, "Oh, I understand. You're a professional. You should be able to control your pitches better than that." So I agree. Don't throw your bat. Kids, don't throw bats or sunflower seeds on the field. But they need to take that guy out of the game if he ain't got any better control.
I thought that when we got hit by pitches when I was growing up, we were always told the pitchers were always told on our team, do not apologize. Do not apologize. If you hit someone, do not apologize. It's part of the game. And I think that's been drilled, and pitchers don't really apologize for it. And I think maybe if they would, man, I'm sorry that one got away, that would go a long way. Because when you see a pitcher starting to jaw or a hitter starting to jaw at the pitcher because he's been hit, what he's saying to him is not, boy, you're ugly and your wife's stupid or something like that. They're saying, throw the ball over the plate. You need to learn how to control your pitches. That's what they're saying to them.
Oh, yeah.
So I get his frustration. And I get when you're at AAA, yeah, you should have enough control that you shouldn't be throwing the ball and hitting players at that rate. But I'm telling you, if I've hit a major league player, I'm AAA and I've hit a major league player twice already, there's not going to be a ball that's going to be 6 inches from the outside corner of the plate.
Yeah, I'm going outside all day long. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm with you. You know, I saw what is it? A positional player come in and finish a game. He threw one in, and it was probably only going about 72 miles an hour, and he hit the batter, and he hit him like in the chest. And the guy goes, oh, "That's my bad, my bad." And the guy wasn't happy about it, but he looked at me, smiled. It's okay, and then he went to first. So that does happen. I know Jack Flaherty one time got a Brewer, and this was back when he was of course, a Cardinal, hit a Brewer, and the guy was not happy at all. And he's over there and he's seething. And then it messed Jack up because I think he was upset about it. So he threw over to first just to kind of reset. And the guy got madder at him because he was like, "Hey, I swear, pitch the ball." And so Flaherty was like, "I just had to reset for a minute. It threw me off after I plunked him." So yeah, I see a lot of pro players say, "Hey, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry," like that. And usually there's nothing happens after that.
I was watching a game when I was a kid on Monday Night Baseball, and J.R. Richard is pitching.
Uh-oh.
And I think they're playing the Phillies. And he threw the ball and backed someone off the plate. And the guy glared and said something at him. He just shrugged like, didn't mean to. 6'8". How much charging the mountain?
Hey, he threw with, I mean, vicious. He was vicious when he pitched. He scared me as a viewer. I was like, oh, that's why I'm sitting here and they're in there. I would not face J.R. Richard. His balls seemed to rise after he threw it. I wouldn't want no part of J.R. Richard at all.
Man.
Vince, what do you think about this? Did you hear about the game of the week? Rob Manfred was in there talking about realignment and everything. Did you hear any of that?
Yeah, and I've read a little bit about it, and I don't mind realigning, but to completely blow everything up of this tradition of the American League and National League
I'm with you.
is ridiculous.
And the rivalries. Okay, first of all, he said he pretty much said that,
By the
and
way,
I read this in
Rob
Forbes.
Manfred don't know dick about baseball.
I don't even know if he's a fan, to be honest with you.
No,
it's all about dollar signs, I guess. But I'm with you, Vince. And the thing was, the traditional people like me, you, and everyone that comes on here, I'm sure most of us wouldn't like it. But the casual fan probably doesn't care one way or another. So why, get your diehard fans all messed up about this? But he kind of did mention in there, I think Nashville and Salt Lake City seem to be the front runners for the expansion. Now, I don't mind expansion. We've got more players from around the world now, and that'll create so many more baseball jobs and things like that. But to dissolve the Cardinals and Cubs rivalry, and they still talk about a schedule where you would play everybody, but they would do this to save travel on the players. Well, why then play every other team? I don't understand the philosophy of why would you even do this.
Yeah, he's talking about the Cubs, the Sox, the Brewers, and the Twins in one division. And was it the Cardinals, the Royals?
Well, the one I read in Forbes said Cardinal, Brewers, Blue Jays, Orioles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goodness.
That's silly. The Twins, if you want to have a 4-team division, And I don't want this because I don't want to blow up the American and National League. I just don't. But you don't break up the Cubs and the Brewers and the Cubs and the Cardinals. And you can keep the Cubs and the White Sox if you want to do that for some. I don't want that, but it makes a whole lot more sense than breaking up the Cardinals and Cubs. And there's no way they would break up the Yankees and Red Sox, the Giants and the Dodgers. They would not do that. But being it's Midwest, well, we don't care. We'll just, we don't know what the rivalries are because I'm Rod Manford and I don't know anything about baseball. Yeah, did you win that big hunk of hardware? That big
the hunk of hardware line that always sets
you
my
cheated
crawl.
in the World Series, slap. You guys just go keep playing baseball. Yeah, that's
I'm excited about expansion, new teams and new cities, and Salt Lake City, if they get the team, I think that'd be a beautiful place to go see a game. And Nashville has paid their dues with their minor league. That would be great. I'd like to see Montreal or maybe even Cuba, like you've mentioned before. Oh, that would be phenomenal. But I don't know if we necessarily have to play. I still want the National and American League, and maybe we play one division equally. All the teams in our division play the Central or the American League this year, like it used to be. But now they're having to hurry through these series where if there's a rain out, how you going to make this game up and that kind of stuff. So just kind of a rotating thing where you play the American League or something like that. I like that better, but of course they don't ask me, Vince. They don't ask me.
Yeah, if you're going to give four divisions in each league, National League's Midwest, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Cardinals, Cubs, Brewers, Reds. There's no long trips.
Yeah.
Put Pittsburgh in with Philadelphia because that's a natural rivalry. Put them in a division together. But there's no reason to bring in these American League teams that have traditionally been American League teams. I mean, to some of us, that still matters. And I've been very, very accommodating with rule changes. And I know a lot of people don't like them. And, the DH, I marked that till the end. And now it's like, okay, we got the DH, but the other stuff. But this is, let's blow it up and put it back together. It's like they shut down Monday Night Nitro for 2 weeks and they were going to blow it up and put it all back together. And a few years later, they're sold to the WWE for $1 million. That kind of crap doesn't work. There's a reason, like in football, they keep the Cowboys and the Giants in the same division, because rivalries matter. And to break up the Cardinal Cub rivalry is ridiculous. When Missouri left the Big 8 or Big 10 or Big whatever they're calling it nowadays for the Southeast Conference, and then Kansas said, well, we're not going to schedule you in basketball anymore. It's like, you got to be kidding me. Just because they just keep the rivalry intact, And I'm glad this year that Missouri and Illinois is finally playing in football again. That's a natural rivalry. Make that one of your non-conference games every year. But to blow it up and then to punish the teams, punish the fan base by saying, okay, you're not in the same division anymore, so you're not going to play each other as much. You're not going to play each other 12, 13 times a year. We're going to go down to 8 times a year or something like that. It's like, man, all this, Cub fans suck, Cardinal fans suck, go BB Richards.
Yeah, yes.
All that stuff we grew up with, going to diminish that even further.
And with the schedule, now we don't see everybody the last month of the season. Used to be you played your division down the stretch, and you got the team you needed to catch. You might have 6 games against them, but now you're done with some teams by the time you get to August or something like that. So I just don't like it. And that's what made baseball great, the traditions and the rivalries and the players. And you can just think of a year and think of who was the best player on this team and the best player on that team, and Sandberg versus Willie McGee. And, oh, man, those were just so good times. And when we won, it was so sweet. And when you guys beat us, oh, it hurt so bad. But man, those were such good times. And I hate to see that get taken away or less of it, you know.
Yeah.
Keep the good things in there. I don't mind the micro changes they've done. Bigger bases, okay, I can deal with that. And I'm with you. The pitch clock, I didn't want the pitch clock. Vince, I love the pitch clock now. I am on board with the pitch clock. DH, I knew once they got the DH in the National League, everything was open. Yeah, you could change everything then. You know, the divisions, all that stuff. That's maybe why I wasn't for the DH, to be honest with you.
See, the I know Ray Hartman doesn't like this. The game is healthy, and I'm not talking about, I'm talking about right now financially, it's healthy.
Yeah.
There's plenty of money to go around. Nobody's losing money. There are teams that are not making quite as much money, and there are teams that have been screwed by their TV contracts. I get that. But as a whole, the game is healthy. Ratings are up. Ticket sales are up for most teams. Buy rates for MLB.TV is up. The game has become international enough that it's growing, and you're probably not getting a whole lot of fans in the United States. You're gaining some, but when you look at how it's grown, especially in the Far East, players people in South Korea say that guy was a star in our league, and now I can watch him on MLB.TV and see him play, or Japanese players. We have Australian players now, a lot of Canadian players, players from all over Central and South America now. It's becoming a global game, so don't mess with it, man.
The college game, I think, is bigger than it's ever been right now. The college game is phenomenal. The minors seem to be kind of in the same spot. The only thing, and in the urban areas, the players have went in and teams have built. They got leagues and and stadiums in there for the teams or fields, I should say fields, for them to play on and promote the game. And the old timers or the retired guys are giving back to the game and doing things, going to Caledonia so nerds like me can say hi and thank you for all you've done. And it's just, I'm with you, Vince. It's in a good state. The minimum wage for a player is, I never thought I'd see it get it like $750,000 for a guy just coming up out of the minors, or a rookie or something like that. So yeah, the game financially is in a real good spot. The only thing is these young players, Vince, now the $350 gloves and the $400 bats and the travel leagues, just kids like me and you probably couldn't play in those leagues anymore. We wouldn't. Little league's kind of not like it used to be. I kind of wish they get back to that a little bit too.
Yeah. Oh, the Mets had a record of 39 consecutive stolen bases. And that was broken when Francisco Lindor was picked off first base. I always hate when a stolen base streak ends with somebody getting picked off.
Yes.
It just seems like, couldn't you have at least got thrown out by the catcher?
Yeah, they tied the Red Sox record, 2013. Was you surprised it was 39? I thought it would be more, to be honest with you, more than 39. Kind of surprised me it was only 39.
I think when, you're looking at stolen base rates, a really good catcher may throw out close to in the 30% range. But most of them are, like lower than that. But there's still like a lot of, you got a catcher who only throws out 15% of the runners. That's 100 times you're going to get thrown 50. So, yeah, that's a pretty good streak. I remember growing up, I think Davey Lopes had like a streak of like 35 or 36, which was the major league record at the time. And Wow, man, how do you never get thrown out?
That Dodger team was tough.
Yeah. Speaking of the Dodger teams, they uh, they kind of told the Padres, "Hold my beer" this weekend when they swept them. So, yeah, you made a lot of moves at the deadline, so on and so forth. Hold my beer, and they went out. They spanked them around. Oh,
You
the
know,
Mets.
on July 3rd, the Dodgers had a 9-game winning streak. They did have a lot of injuries there, but the Padres played pretty good and actually passed them by a game. But like you said, this weekend seems like the Dodgers could just flick the switch and then get going again. They were all good games. I think there was a game where a home run got called back of catcher's interference or something like that. Did you hear that? And Schilt was hot. He came on the
Yeah,
field and was arguing it and stuff like that. But oh man, nothing went the Padres' way. This I still think when they get meet up and it's my best against your best, that's going to be a heck of a series.
mm. Well, the Cubs are still ahead of them in the wild card, so I think they still got like a game and a half up on them. So
All right.
we're kind of treading water. The Mets beat the Mariners in the Little League Classic on Mark Biano's 3-run home run, and I was not able to watch that game. Did you watch it?
No, I didn't. Forgot what was going on Sunday. I think I was watching Happy Gilmore too. Forgive me. That's what I was doing that night. I try not to wrap the TV up all the time because the whole family, like, what are we watching? Oh, we're watching the Cardinals again. So I said, you know what? Let's watch a movie. And Brody picked Happy Gilmore too. I don't recommend it. It was fun, but it's not that good of a movie.
It was watchable.
It was
Uh,
watchable.
it was
Yes.
not as good as the first one.
No. Oh, no, no.
The Reds snapped the Brewers' 14-game winning streak in the 10th on Sunday. So, uh, hopefully the Brewers crash. We'll get into the Brewers soon.
That's right.
Go ahead, JJ. I gotta cry.
Well, could I get into Cardinal news?
Yes, you may.
Do you need a laugh? Because here comes Cardinal news. All right, hang on, everybody. Get some chuckles here. First of all, the injury bug has hit the Cardinals. You know, I mean, we've been lucky this year. We haven't had a whole lot of injuries, but it's caught up, and nobody feels sorry for the Cardinals. Every
I
team
do.
has had injuries.
I feel
You know,
sorry for the Cardinals.
oh, well, thank you. See, we got one. Vince is such a good man, he even feels sorry for us. But we've had some injuries. Arenado has been dealing with a shoulder injury. Contreras was out. Donovan had a groin injury, came back probably too soon, re-injured it. He's out right now. Lars Newbar's been out, but he's back. And Victor Scott II almost made an incredible play, stealing the home run and came down awkwardly on his foot. He tried to play, but there's no reason to push him. And we brought up some guys with some of the injuries. We brought up Fermin, a utility type player who's been on the Cardinals, I think, 3 times this year. And then we've got this young kid named Ryan Church. When I went to Springfield, 3 of the Cardinals from Springfield went up to Memphis, and Church was one of them. And he's considered our best arm in the minors. And I've heard him compared to Sal Frelick of the Brewers, which is high praise. Frelick's a very good player. Takes good at bats. He was hitting in the minors. Coming up, though, he looks, you know how it is. You come up to the pros, everything, your eyes get big and you're a little overmatched at first. But I saw him tonight, his first 2 at bats. He was taking a good at bats, moving runners over. He's got really good speed. So, and Vince, I don't know if you saw him make a play last night in Florida. There was a hit in the alley, and I think only PCA could have got to this thing. And it looked like Lynn Swan and Bradshaw had aired it out, and here he came, and he made a heck of a play and slid like Trey Turner and popped up about 2 feet in front of the wall. What a play. I mean, me and Brody popped up and was like, oh, you see that? High-fiving each other. We didn't have a lot to do with it, but my gosh, it was so much fun watching that kid play. So I'm excited to see him play because of the injuries. Now there's opportunities for other people. Nolan Gorman's playing third, and his first couple of games there, Vince, it was kind of brutal. He was making some throws where Contreras had to like lay out or Burleson just to kind of even touch the thing. But each game he's getting better. And Bernie Miklasz said he's only played 21 games at third in the majors. They had made him a second baseman, or he's been the DH. So this rough air, this little rough area he's going through is understandable. But I tell you what, he's already made. He's not going to win no Gold Gloves right now, but he's done a decent job over at third base. Herrera's getting some time in the outfield, and he's been played first a few times, but he's been our DH, and that guy's probably the best hitter on their team. And Burleson's getting more time at first base because Contreras was out. So it's just fun. And so JC, who has made some errors in the field, but in this last homestand where we played the Cubs and the Dodgers and the Rockies, I'm sorry, no, it was the Cubs, the Rockies, and the Yankees. He went 11th for 34. So he's got a good bat. He hasn't had much power, but he's blooping the ball. He's just hitting it where they ain't, and that's a hit. Right where the shortstop can't quite get it, or the second baseman are just over their glove falling in. So 11 for 34, and that's good to see. Ollie got thrown out of the game Sunday.
Yeah.
And actually, yeah, it's his fifth time he's been thrown out, and he's up there with some of the greats. This year, I got the names written down, but I can't. Oh, Alex Cora has been thrown out 7 times this year, and that doesn't surprise me. Yeah, Alex Cora runs a tight ship. Boone has been thrown out 5 games, and Ollie's been thrown out of 5 games. The Arizona coach has been thrown out of 5 games. So it went all the way down to 2 games, and I haven't seen your coach. He wasn't on the list. And
I think he's been tossed once or twice.
Once or twice. He's a very stoic guy over there.
Yeah.
These are guys that their teams haven't really played well. There's a guy named Don Kelly that took over for the Pirates. In the second game he managed, he got thrown out of the game. He's out there cheering on the Mumps.
And the Pirates have responded to him. So
they have really, you know what? They really have. And even the announcers were like, well, that was a kind of a generous call, or you're kidding me. That was a strike. And Boone he was chirping, Ollie was chirping, and Ollie just happened to go out and get thrown out, and Boone was applauding him. Like, hey, way to go, So, that's baseball. That's just baseball right there. Let's see. The St. Louis schedule, there's really not much to say about this thing. We started off the homestand, so promising. We won a game, and we were just coming off a really good road trip. And then we lost the next 2 to the Rockies. And we've been 1-5 against the Rockies, and they've only won 36 games. I mean, the Rockies are professional ball players. They've traded some of their better players, but they took it to us. You got to win those games. When a team's down, you just have to win those games. And the Cardinals are just inconsistent. Did you get a chance to see any of those Rocky Cardinal games?
Yeah, I saw parts of 2 of them. Kathy was watching them. The Rockies are a team with a lot of players who are trying to prove that they're major league worthy, so they're hungry. So there's going to be some teams that are going to completely obliterate them because the talent's so overwhelming, but they're going to give everything they've got, and they obviously do not like birds.
Well, there's nothing more dangerous than a team that has nothing to lose. And these kids are just going out and playing all out. They're stressed. When you're in a pennant race, you get, as Duncan used to say, tight cheeks. You're worried about making a mistake. But a team that has nothing to lose, these young guys come up, they want to prove what they got, and they proved to us they whipped their butts. And you see a pitcher over there with a 7.95 ERA, and we get 2 runs off of them in a game, and you're like, oh, that's just brutal. Then the Yankees, they were competitive games. They're just better. They were hitting home runs, and that's what they do. They're a home run hitting team. But the thing that hurt the worst was they stole bases at will. And our catchers did an okay job, but they were still not off the pitchers. Some of these guys were getting running starts, and Podges or Pozo would throw the ball down there. And, it was a good throw, but they easily beat it. So, that was hard. But with the Yankees, it was good to see Goldschmidt back. I don't know how many more years he's going to play, and he was the 6 years he was here. Vince, time just flies. I can't believe it was 6 years. He won an MVP here. We made the playoffs with him. He was an all-star, won a Gold Glove, and I just appreciate the time here. And he was very classy to acknowledge the fans. I
I
have to
mean,
say the Yankee fans were very classy too. I was watching them, and there wasn't no. It didn't seem like animosity on TV. There was a time a guy caught a ball, and then he got this kid with a Cardinal hat and he gave him the ball. And I was like, wow, I didn't think I'd see that, but it was really classy. And thank goodness we had some good crowds when the Cubs were here and the Dodgers were here and the Yankees. I think we went from like 20,000 a game to like 34,000 a game. So thank goodness those fans came and supported their teams. It's good to see. It was good to see fans in the stands.
did you watch
3-6.
Saturday's game?
Huh?
Did you watch Saturday's game, the Fox game?
Saturday's game was a pretty good crowd, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Before the game, I don't know if I want to watch this because all I'm going to hear is how great Aaron Judge is, and that's all I heard was how great Aaron Judge is.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
pretty good.
I don't know, Wainwright in the booth,
Yeah.
he was strange. And Kathy and I both noticed that he was some of the stuff he was saying. He was trying to make a point that wasn't coming across, I guess. I don't remember quite what it was, but it's like I said, it almost looks like he didn't prepare, like he got the call, hey, come on over and do this game. So, but yeah, he just seemed kind of off. But
Okay.
yeah, they were fluffing up Aaron Judge, and then he hit that home run that hit the barely went out. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe they have a cheat sheet. These are the guys we're pushing today, or something like that. I don't know. We go 3-6 on the homestand. I mean, that's not good, but I was going to say three good things. Thomas Ajacey, 11 for 34 in the homestand. Nolan Gorman's defense and his power. Just nothing comes off his bat. Like the ball comes off his bat different than the rest of the guys on the team. And the new bullpen guys have really stepped up. I mean, I know we've had a game here or there, or a pitcher here or there, but Leahy and O'Brien and a kid that we got from the Red Sox, Jojo Romero. There's about 3 or 4 or 5 of these guys. Things look good for next year in that bullpen, and we traded really the top three. And I know Helsley's been struggling with the Mets. The three bad, I will say, Jordan Walker. Just when it looked like he was starting to turn the corner in that homestand, he hit 0.95 and just looked overmatched at times. So just back to the drawing board. Keep working there, Mr. Walker. Pitchers and catchers giving up all them stolen bases. We got to tighten that up. We play anybody, we play the Padres or the Cubs or the Brewers, and they're just going to run all over us if we allow that to happen. And Vince, I noticed this. I never noticed so many 2-strike hits. The pitcher would work and work and work and get 1 and 2, and then he groove the next pitch and then get a hit. And you're like, oh, all that work, just, you get 2 strikes, finish them off. And man, that's kind of been the story of the Cardinals this year, these 2-out hits. But, maybe next year be different. I don't think we can get any worse than the 2-out hit area. And Vince, that's all I got on Cardinal news right there.
Okay. Going to Cub news. Breaking news for those of you who are not keeping up with the Cubs. Kyle Tucker has been benched.
Benched.
Kyle Tucker, I don't know what's wrong with him. They'll throw a fastball at his neck and somehow he'll still hit a choppy ground ball to first base. He cannot get the ball in the air. It is amazing. He hasn't hit for powers since the end of June. And just this month in August, he is 8 for 54, all singles, 5 walks, 14 strikeouts. And this is a guy who usually walks and strikeouts are about the same. He is a ground out machine. And I'm not talking about, he's hitting hard ground balls. These are choppy. His swing looks putrid. And this has been going on for a few months, and it's just gotten worse and worse and worse. And so finally it was announced after last night's game, he's going to be reset. In other words, he's benched. So that's the biggest news coming out of Chicago right now. Miguel Amaya, his first game back, he sprained his ankle, hit first base awkwardly on an infield hit. So he's back on the 10-day IL. He's not going to be back till sometime in September. Great guy. We really could use him because with him and Carson Kelly, we have the best 1-2 punch. Catchers, both are really good defensively. Both are great hitters. But he has just had a terrible. I think he went on the injured list in May and then just came back on it. He goes good. So we called up Owen Casey. His first game was Wednesday in Toronto. He's from right outside Toronto. He started, and what did he get? Here's your major league debut. That's called Max Scherzer. Good luck. Very first pitch he saw from Max Scherzer, he hits what looks to be a sure double into left field. The left fielder made a diving Jim Edmonds type catch and robbed him. So now Tucker hasn't been hitting for a while. We're thinking Hap hasn't been hitting. Tucker hasn't been hitting. This guy is hitting 290 in the minors. He's hitting with power. He can play both corners offense. He's going to get a lot of playing time. I don't understand Greg Counsell because after that first game in Toronto, he didn't play the next game or the next game. So then we go home against Pittsburgh, and I'm thinking, this is great. This is an opportunity. You set Tucker down for Pittsburgh, a weak team, and let Casey play right field, which is his best position. Friday, Tucker plays, Casey's on the bench. So that's 3 straight games he's been on the bench. Tucker did get 2 seeing eye singles. I mean, 2 seeing eye singles, nothing great. Okay. Saturday, Tucker plays, Casey doesn't play at all. What's Casey do? Or what's Tucker do? 0 for 4. Sunday, Tucker plays right field, has another 0 for. Casey gets a pinch hit appearance. So in his first 5 games, a guy who should be getting some, and you didn't call him, if you're not going to let him play, keep him in AAA, let him get us at bats. First 5 games he's up, he had 4 at bats. Ridiculous. So the Brewer series starts yesterday. We played a day game. He was in the lineup. He got his first major league hit. We only had 2 hits that game. He got his first major league hit. So, okay, he played left field. Tucker played right. Hap, I think, DH'd or something. So this morning in the first game, he's finally in the starting lineup, and it has been announced that Tucker is going to be reset. So, okay, let's see what Owen Casey can do. So in the first game today, he goes 2 for 4, had a 2-run single and a solo home run to left field with the wind blowing in. Guy's a hitter. He's just a hitter. So in tonight's game, I'm not watching tonight's game because I'm doing this, but he's starting again in right field. So we haven't been scoring any runs. PCA's bat is coming around, but Bush is having a hard time hitting right now. Tucker's having a hard time hitting. Suzuki's having a hard time hitting. And right now, the only players that are hitting is PCA's hitting and Shaw's hitting and Kelly's hitting a little bit, but we're just in this team-wide slump. So I've had people send me messages, joking messages about us collapsing. We're not collapsing. We've had a bad week. We've had 8 games since we last recorded. We've been 4-4. That's not collapsing. That's treading water. We are treading water, but that's not collapsing. The Brewers went 28-4 in a stretch. There's nothing you can do about that.
No.
They got hotter than a firecracker. So let's say in that 32 game, we won stretch, they won 28, we won 16, we won 16 and 16. They would have still picked up 12 games on us. That's how they went by us. We have not collapsed. We haven't been playing our best, but we have not like bottomed out where we've lost 8 of 10 or anything like that. We are just treading water. I got to get this through people's head. What the Brewers is doing is historic. You don't see runs like this too often, especially this late in the season. I do not sit there and think, man, the Cubs have blown this. I sit around and think, wow, we were just overtaken like gangbusters. There's nothing we could do about it. Now, if we fall out of the wild card, then I'm going to say, okay, that was a collapse because we've got I think 4.5, 5-game lead in the wild card. We should be okay there, especially with our remaining schedule. Once we get the Brewers out of town, our schedule gets a lot easier for the rest of the year. So, but anyway, 4-4, I'll just blow through these real quick. Tuesday night, we lost to Toronto 5-1. Assad comes back, first game in about a year, and he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs. Not much going on there. Then the third game in Toronto, we actually won 4-1, and that's the game where Amaya got injured. It was a nasty-looking injury. But in that game in Toronto, Bush homered, Shaw homered, Horner had a couple hits. Bush did have a couple hits. Horton, 5 2/3 innings, 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts. He's now 7-3. Then Plancia came in and got the save. Then the last game in Toronto, we are up in the 7th, 1-0, because we decided we can't score anything. We had a Bush solo home run. That was it. And Boyd was pitching great. And in the 7th inning, a runner got on, and Vladdy Jr. hit a 2-run home run. The only 2 hits, only 2 runs Boyd gave up, and he lost that game, now 11-6. Not really his fault. He should be able to live through a 2-run home run. Right. So Pittsburgh came into town Friday, and we lost 3-2. We lost this game in an infuriating way. PCA, 3 hits. Colin Ray, 5 innings, 1 run, pitched great. But in the 9th, Pittsburgh hit a home run. It was a tie game. They hit a home run off of Valencia, and it's 3-2 going into the bottom of the 9th. PCA starts off, I think he walked, and then he stole second, and he was safe by a mile. He overslid the bag by a foot and got tagged out. Horner gets a hit, which would have tied the game. We lost that one. That game was hard to swallow. But I am glad we did come back Saturday. We beat Pittsburgh 3-1. Imanaga pitched 7 innings, 1 run. Kittredge pitched an inning to get the win, and Brad Keller got the save as Valencia was fighting a bug. Tucker did have those 2 seeing high hits, and Suzuki had a couple hits. And then Sunday we played Pittsburgh. We won 4-3. PCA a couple of hits, Happ a couple of hits. Swanson a couple RBIs. Assad started that game, 4 innings, 1 run. And didn't pitch as good as his stats were, but he's coming back. But Kittredge did come in and get the save that day because of Valencia still sick. So it's kind of cool to see Kittredge get a save.
He's a good player.
And where am I at now? I'm on the wrong paper. Yesterday's game against Milwaukee, we lost 7-0. We got 2 hits. Only good thing is that Owen Casey did get his first major league hit. Horton, 2 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 3 strikeouts. Why was his outing so bad after going through this great stretch? He developed a blister on his finger, could not get the slider or the changeup over the plate, and was not controlling the curveball as well as he usually does, so had to come out. So then in the early game today, we beat Milwaukee 6-4. It didn't look like we were ever going to be able to beat Milwaukee again, but we did. Willie Castro got at the trade deadline from the Twins, hit a 3-run home run. PCA had a couple of hits. Owen Casey had 2 hits, 3 RBIs. We talked about the home run. And Boyd got the win. He's now 6-12. And Valencia is back from his illness. He got the save. And we were playing the second game of that doubleheader tonight. Doubleheader was supposed to be yesterday, but last night the game got rained out. That's why they're playing the doubleheader today. Go Cubs. So, you know who never gets rained out?
Jeremy Connor, sunshine all the time.
Never been rained out.
Never.
Comes a time in every man's life when he needs some advice on relationships. You need to listen to the podcast DMDR, which stands for Dating, Marriage, Divorce, Remarriage, from my good friend Jeremy Connor, the Dr. Phil of the Boot Hill. You can find DMDR on Spotify or whatever platform you choose to listen to your podcast. And welcome to our guest, Brandon Sienko. And Brendan, I am surrendering the division to the Brewers already.
I'll gladly take it.
Not surrendering a playoff spot because I wild card still, we're still in control there, but take it.
Thank you.
And also, I wanted to show you this. This is a Damn It doll bought to me by your girlfriend for my birthday a few years ago.
Oh, really?
The purpose of this is when your team does bad, you can say "damn it" and just throw the doll.
Okay.
I threw it a lot yesterday.
For sure, yeah. It's understandable. Throwing it a bit, mine today a little bit.
We do welcome back Brendan. He was here about 8 or 9 months ago because he was one of the sausages in the sausage race at what used to be, I still call it Miller Ballpark. What are they calling it nowadays?
Called American Family Field, but we're calling it Miller Park still in Milwaukee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But now it's gotten serious. A couple months ago, Brendan and Rebecca were coming through, and I told Brendan at the time the Cubs were in first and the Cardinals were like 2 outs and Brewers were like 6 or 7 out.
Yes.
I said, I really expected us to be fighting you for first place and not the Cardinals. And you guys looked terrible at that time. I mean, just horrible. And I don't remember the loss, but you came off a really bad loss. And now here it is just a few months later, and you are 8 or 9 games up on us. But the good thing is you're like 18 ahead of the Cardinals. So
yeah, I mean, that's always a good thing, too.
I want to ask you, did you see this? I mean, nobody sees a streak like 28-4 coming, but did you think that you were going to turn this around?
I have always believed that we are always undervalued at the beginning of the year. So when I saw reports before the start saying even 4th place finishes in the Central Division, I'm like, I don't really agree with that, but I mean, no one in the city of Milwaukee could have ever expected just how different. This is the best I've ever seen the team ever play in my entire life, and something beautiful to watch.
Well, I have been paying attention to the Brewers for the last 3 weeks when they got hot.
Yeah.
And it's not like a team of stars. During the Cup telecast, they said that other teams are calling you guys the Woodpeckers because you just keep chipping away. And that's what you did. Even in we're recording this between games of the doubleheader. Even in the first game today, we're up by 2 going into the 9th. Valencia comes in, and next thing I know, there's 1 out, and the tying runs on first, and the winning runs at the plate, and William Contreras, and I'm like, no. And unfortunately, he grounded into a double play. So.
This is the only time ever where I see us down 3 to 4 runs, and I'm like, all right, well, We got right where we want them, pretty much.
I love going to Miller Park. I want to say something. The folks up there are some of the nice. I'm from Arkansas, and we got a few knuckleheads, but for the most part, politeness and everything. But I give it to you guys up there. It's just so nice and knowledgeable fans, and I'm wearing a Cardinal hat. Nobody gave me any trouble except Dodger fans. I saw a Dodger Brewer game. The Dodger fans were giving me trouble. But man, what a nice park. No rainouts. I like that.
Yeah, nice
But I really think your manager, I mean, I think it's hands down. He'll be manager of the year, no matter what happens.
Again.
The teams that the Mets, the Phillies, the Dodgers, those, the Padres, they were expected to be there, but the Brewers, they just solid team. I know the '82 team, they built that team over years and years and had just superstars everywhere and Hall of Famers. And then when you got Vukovic and Fingers and Simmons, just took you to the next level. But this team, I just love watching them. They're workmen. You can replace any outfield. They all play. They throw to the right base. They move the runners over. It's just exciting. What would a world? I know Milwaukee's won the basketball championship and they've won the NFL championship many times, but what would it do for the fan base to have the Brewers get the World Series? Would it just electrify the place?
I think so. I mean, I would say even when the Bucks won the championship in 2021, I wouldn't call them like the lesser team or anything, but I mean, baseball is like a religion in Milwaukee, and it's a lot more kind of what we were talking about earlier with just kind of the friendliness of it. It's a lot more seen as just kind of a chance to hang out with friends, have a couple of beers. A lot of people even tailgate at the game without actually going to the game itself, and it would be amazing. I wasn't around for it, but the hype in '82 when we made it to the World Series, I mean, you still hear it talked about like on the streets of Milwaukee today. That already meant so much to us. So I couldn't imagine what a World Series would do. We would, especially after the death of Bob Uecker. We've been kind of a joke going around is that he's kind of doing a Angels in the Outfield-esque type thing today this year to kind of get us a couple airs out there. So it would mean a lot. It would mean a lot.
That would be so cool, man.
Yeah.
Now, when you do make it to the playoffs and you're going to have that first round bye,
Oh, fingers crossed.
and unless you have a Cubbian collapse, you are going to be set up because you have 5 legitimate starters, and in the playoffs you only have to go 3 starters, so you're going to put a few guys in the bullpen. I can see Quintana going in and coming in when you got 2 left-handers up and maybe the 6th inning.
Yeah.
Coming in and pitching 1 inning. But what amazes me, Peralta was amazing yesterday.
Yeah, he had a good game.
And the guy you pitched today, Patrick, is not going to be probably on your playoff roster. I mean, he just had to pitch because you have all the games coming up with the Cubs. And,
yeah, still a great year, but yeah, not. I wouldn't call him a top 3 for us.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
We have to face Woodruff, who came off the injured list.
Yeah.
He hadn't pitched in like 30 years, and he's just throwing the ball like it's nobody's business. And then we have to face Mizorowski, and I hope maybe the extended time off has maybe created a little rust. I don't know. But then the guy that you got starting on Thursday, and his name is escaping me, is having maybe one of the best seasons of all your pitchers. Gosh, I can't remember the guy's name. All right, you two talk. I'm gonna look this up.
Is it
No,
the
for sure.
Miz? I like that Miz kid that came up. My gosh.
Yeah, no, this is great. I'm having a tough time too. There's Quintana, Patrick, Peralta, Miz. Uh, I'm going to be annoyed when he finds out what the answer is because it's escaping me as well right now.
And the Cubs got one of your pitchers from that Ray kid that he went up to Chicago to pitch. And, I'm amazed at all the players that you turned over. Like you would think, oh, you can't lose Adamas.
Yeah,
What are you guys going to do? Well, you
lost
showed us what
Burns,
you
lost yeah
the
Hader, lost.
bullpen guys, Williams and Hader, and Hader's having a good year this year. Williams is struggling
He's
mighty.
yeah. I
And
think
that's the thing
that
about Milwaukee. They're baseball fans, but they don't put the pressure on like Boston and Philadelphia and that.
oh for sure. I think
You
that
can
definitely
you can
plays.
have a bad game or you can
Mhm.
and they're behind you all the way. And I think that means a lot. And I just man, the way you constructed this team, it's been fantastic to watch.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I definitely think that's the case. Just a lot less pressure on these guys. Just now with such a huge, I mean, we might have the smallest market in all of baseball. Yeah, if you mess up, only the people in the stadium sometimes are going to be the ones to know it. So, yeah.
The pitcher on Thursday is Priester, who's 11-2.
Oh, yeah. He's having a
I kept
amazing year.
I kept wanting to say Preacher. I thought his name's not Preacher, but it's something like that.
Yeah,
Priester. Okay, good,
for
good,
sure.
good. But
Yeah,
you've got such a loaded staff, and the bullpen, everybody's throwing great. Teams are going to have to hold you down to 1 or 2 runs to compete with you. If a team can't keep you below 3 runs, they're going to have a hard time beating you.
yeah, I would agree with that. Pitching is always, I mean, last decade feels like now pitching has always been lights out. We built up quite the system to, I don't know what we do, some magic in there, but I mean, yeah, Priester coming from the Red Sox, I think had like a career like 6.0 ERA or something crazy like that. It's complete bottom of the barrel guy. He's doing amazing, just like how we kind of picked up Vaughn from the White Sox. I don't know. There's something about yeah, just playing for a small market team like that seems to help people out.
Yeah, Vaughn is going to make it very tough for Rhys Hoskins to get many at bats.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I could see a world where one could be DH. We'd have to sacrifice our outfield a bit then.
Yeah.
But a lot of subs or something. I don't know exactly how Murphy's going to do it, but I got full faith in him.
Now, you have went on this run, the second half of this run, largely without Cheerios,
Yep.
and that's scary. We threw a lot of left-handers. We threw Boyd today. We're going to throw Imanaga at you. And he's the guy that you have to take care of the left-handers. So whenever I've seen since he's been out, oh, you're going to be facing a left-hander, you're going to have trouble. Somehow it seems like you're down. I'm thinking, okay, this one's finally going to end. And next thing I know, oh no, you guys won. Oh well, whatever. So,
Yeah. Well, we have definitely woodpeckers out there. Yeah, I think kind of what it is yeah, like we talked about earlier, no superstars. But it's just such a deep rotation of hitters that are like hitting like around like 250 and aren't going for large hits, just a lot of infield singles. We got the fastest team in all of baseball. Just pesky little ways to get on base and to score. So it's been unique, unique year.
You're constantly putting pressure on the other teams, their defense, their pitching. Great team with 2 strikes. I applaud when you guys signed Jackson Cheerios to the long.
Yeah,
You extended
like
his
9 year,
contract
10
and paid
year,
him more.
something like
I was
that.
like,
Yeah,
because sometimes these rookies don't pan out, and I thought, oh,
yeah.
that's a risky move, but that's why I'm a fan, and I don't make decisions like that. It's been a gold move. Yelich, I know he's had injuries and things, but that was one of the bigger contracts the Brewers gave out, and he's paid off in dividends and got an MVP to show for it. Contreras, you traded somebody who's not even on the team anymore, and he's been. I think he's part of the reason the pitchers are doing so good too. I think he calls a good game,
Yeah.
keeps the other team from running so much. I saw that he's got a team option for next year, and I'm sure they're going to pick that up.
Oh,
But
100%. Yeah.
I hope he sticks around. I like when players stay, and you've got a few guys I think that's going to go down, maybe get their numbers up there with Molitor and Yout. Cheerios is one of those kids, and we're going to go see the Brewers when they come to town. I mean, I want to see the young Cardinal players. Of course, I'm a Cardinal fan, but
Sure.
I love Terang and Contreras and just that team. I was looking at your minor leagues, and I thought, well, they're probably depleted. You've made these moves. Couldn't be true. I couldn't be more wrong. You guys, the Brewers at this moment have 6 players in the top 100 minor leaguers.
That we do.
3 shortstops.
Yeah.
So maybe that was one reason Adamas was, you could plug somebody in until these guys come up. You have a pitcher, and that's fantastic. Another pitcher coming that's in the top 100. By the way, this kid, his name is Henderson. He was in the band Big Time Rush. That's a little before my time, but he's kind of a matinee idol. So look out, ladies! You got a rock star coming, and also another catcher, and he's in AAA.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that's going to play into it, but my gosh, you guys are loaded. With the Cardinals have 3 in the top 100, and I think they gifted us the 3rd guy. So congratulations, Brewers. We're going to be and I want to give Vince some love. You guys have just went through our division, and the Cubs are a very good team. They're much better than we are.
Yeah.
And then you guys just, left everybody standing and flat as you ran off with this thing. So I just want to say congratulations, and man, the future looks bright in Milwaukee too.
Well, thank you. Yeah, future is looking bright. Like I said earlier, best I've ever seen the team in my entire life. Prospects are looking good. Everyone we seem to call up is performing. Everyone we signed over is performing, traded for. It's just truly something special. So I'm trying to savor every minute of it.
Yeah, I did tell JJ this last week we're off the air, and Cub fans in Chicago will hate me for this, because in Chicago, the Cardinals are not our main rival anymore. It's the Brewers. If we get knocked out of the playoffs, or if we don't make the playoffs, I will be pulling for the Brewers. I want to see this town get a World Series, and I would like to see, because I suffered through this, I'd like to see every team that has not won a World Series in an infinite amount of years win a World Series. It's just to have that feeling that lasts the whole off season.
Yeah.
Would be tremendous for you guys. And you would probably do, the thing that Kathy did when the Cardinals won the World Series. She must have watched Game 7 of the 2011 World Series 30 times during the winter.
Hey, you gotta. Yeah.
I don't want to see it anymore.
For sure. I do that with the Bucks championship in 2021, Milwaukee Bucks. So I know, and the Packers in 2011. I'm sure I would be watching it all the time. But yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think a team that's never won a World Series, winning it just kind of makes baseball better. Although at the time the Indians had a very, very long streak as well. I mean, Cubs winning, much to the chagrin of some Milwaukee people, was good for baseball.
It was.
So, now congrats on that, and hopefully we can get it done. Yeah.
Are you going to try to make it to a playoff game?
Oh, 100%. I told my family, I'm like, if we make it to the World Series, there's a 1,000% chance I'm blowing how much money it costs to go, because that could be a once in a lifetime thing. So
That's true, and you probably get the first round. I don't want to jinx you, but
yeah,
you'll have that extra round in there. Brody's
looking
wanting to go
good.
if it's a Saturday game, and I said, you know what? If we can get tickets, sure, but I don't think it's getting any tickets. But that would be awesome, man. And I would love to see it like a Seattle,
Yeah, another
Milwaukee,
team. It's
two
never
teams that
won. Yeah, something like
yeah,
that.
that's never done it before.
Yeah, that would be a great World Series. Yeah. There's a joke going around currently of can't lose in the wild card round if you don't play in the wild card round, which
Good. That's a
yeah,
good philosophy there.
yeah. So we're hoping that's the case.
So, was there a particular time during this stretch that you thought, man, maybe we're better than we think we are?
Uh,
Maybe we got a real shot at being a real player in the postseason.
uh, what I would say is I always do have faith in the Brewers to turn it around. But what kind of made me think, oh, we could actually win it all is coming down 7-1. We were down 7-1 against the Reds a couple games ago. And that's just kind of, like a death warrant for any team. But just constantly packing at them and coming back, I'm like, this team might actually have what it takes, because no matter how much success we have in the regular season, it's always kind of taken with a grain of salt, because just our playoff luck has been such. I mean, we've made the playoffs like 9 out of the last 10 years or something. And I think we have one series win out of that. So even during like the initial 11 game winning streak, I was like, all right, this is fun. I'm going to enjoy it while it lasts. But, postseason coming. But then after that Reds game, I'm like, this might be it. So
What really made me turn my head is when you swept the Dodgers in LA.
yeah,
And I
that was
thought,
amazing. That felt good.
that's not easy to do.
Yeah.
And then they come back against the Reds. And at that last game, when you finally lost the Reds, it was still like, man, you guys do not go down easy.
Yeah, we're still kicking and screaming in that game until the very end.
Most of us fans, we watch our team and we kind of keep an eye on the other teams. As a Brewer fan, you watch all the games or listen to them or read the box scores. Give us a player to watch for, like an unsung hero. Is there somebody that's been a big part of the team that's like, I always think of Contreras, Yelich, Curios. Is there somebody else out there that's just been a big part of this success? Of course, your pitcher too, your ace. But is there somebody maybe in the bullpen that's been fantastic, that's just maybe we haven't paid attention to, so we can start watching?
He might be getting a lot more in attention now that I think Vegas has their eyes on them. But Isaac Collins is, to me, who I believe is going to be the NL MVP, Rookie of the Year this year. So that is someone to look out for. He's been batting like 280 this entire year. Driving in runs, not much of a power hitter, but no one in Milwaukee is a power hitter right now. Another person to look at is Joey Ortiz, most sensational defender I think I've ever seen in my life. Plays shortstop for us. Not the best defender I've ever seen in my life. Perhaps just kind of in the Brewers for a while now for shortstop. And he had a lot of hitting woes early on this year, but I think this last month he's been averaging like 320. And the only reason we kept him in the lineups is it's phenomenal defense. Every game he seems to make some incredible play. So those are two names I would probably look out for.
I keep track of those guys. I knew the names, but I haven't watched them real closely.
Yeah, no, they're both amazing, and kind of unsung heroes. Maybe not Brewer fans, but kind of around the league. Not really too well known. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you see this power surge from Bryce Durant coming?
I didn't. I'm honestly surprised when anyone hits a home run for Milwaukee. But yeah, no, he seems to getting a lot of oomph beyond the bat as of late. That's nice to see. Can't complain.
He may finish the year with 20 home runs, and
Yeah.
just a few weeks ago he was well into single digits. And
Mhm.
then I every time I would look at a box score, he's hit another home run. He's hit another home run. I think
Seems to be the case.
against us, he's just really good. I do think that we do you and the Cubs, we have the two best defensive second basemen in baseball, and it's pretty awesome to watch a Cub Brewer game and just watch how much room that they cover at second base. And then we both have Gold Glove caliber shortstops. So both of our teams catch the ball really well. And I think in a short series, if we can throw Horton, who left yesterday in the second inning with a blister, Imanaga, and the guy who threw today, our all-star pitcher. Gosh, I am getting old. Who the heck pitched today? Boyd, yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah, he's been fantastic.
I think if we can throw those three in a short series, we can keep up with just about anybody. But I think where you would have the advantage against everybody else is you've got that short rotation going in the playoffs, and then you're going to have a bullpen where there's just going to be no holes.
Yeah.
At the trade deadline, you picked up Shelby Miller, which I thought was a heck of a pickup. And then he came in today, and they said this is only his fourth or fifth game that he's pitched since he's been traded.
Yeah.
Why is it? Well, obviously they picked him up for depth whenever you're losing, but you haven't been losing, so he hasn't been pitching much. Very good. Well, Brendan, Kathy and I will be shoving off Thursday morning to see you guys for 3 days. So we are going to catch a Memphis Redbirds game.
There we are.
What do they call themselves? The Memphis what?
Redbirds.
Redbirds, okay. So that'll be cool. But I promise you, if we pull up there Thursday and you're already up 3-1, we're not going to talk about baseball.
For sure. Yeah. We'll find something else to talk about.
We will, because no matter which one of us has the advantage, or if it's 2-2, your girlfriend, my daughter, is going to tease the other one.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. She doesn't understand what it's like to be a guy and to take this stuff really, really, really hard.
Oh, for sure. Whenever I brag about the Brewers, she always brings up, well, at least we won a World Series, and that always stings a little bit.
Ask her how many baseball games she's actually watched. So,
Yeah, I think I might have to bring that up next time.
giving you feel. Well, we do need to let you go, but like I said, the division's yours. I waved the white flag. I've been throwing him a lot lately, but I do hope that we both make the playoffs. And then if we run into each other in the playoffs, we'll just go no communication till it's over.
cut ties for a little bit.
Thanks for coming on. It's always great talking baseball with you, and I'm good luck. And I'll be watching the Brewers and the Cubs down the stretch.
For sure. I appreciate you guys having me on, and I'll see you guys when you do your World Series podcast.
All righty, take it easy.
See you guys.
Thank you for Brendan for joining us again. Pretty cool.
Outstanding.
Yep. And Thursday, Kathy and I will head down to Memphis, visit him and Rebecca, get some good food to eat, go to Beale Street, and go to a Memphis Redbird game. And
Jerry Lawler's got a restaurant down on Beale Street.
I'll probably be the only one who'd be interested in that.
Okay. So. I just throw that out there. You got the Rendezvous, too. That's my all-time favorite barbecue place, right down at the end of Beale Street.
Oh, JJ, I've got the Dondra Series 1. I don't know.
What year is that?
I don't know. I'm looking
There's a puzzle in there, I know. I think that's the one with the puzzle.
Oh, let me look.
Well, while you're looking, I have the 1991 Premier Edition Top Stadium Club. Woo, 91s right there. 12 quality cards, they claim. Let's see if that's correct. What year you got there, Vince?
Hold on.
I'm going to say 92. Looking at that package.
Okay. This is 91.
91, okay. So we both.
You're going to have 2 Hall of Famers.
I'm going with 2 Hall of Famers for you. How's that? You want me to go first?
Go ahead. Go first.
All right. These are the stadium. They're known for the photography on these sets. Very good for autographs and such. Let me get them all faced the same way. Let's see. Oh, we got some of these cards. Vince, I don't know what they were doing with some of these cards are stuck together. So give me a second here. Yankee guy who's been around the league, Scott Fletcher.
Oh, Scooter Fletcher, yes.
Yeah, I think he played for the Rangers too. And on the back, they have oh, let me turn it that way. Sorry. There he is. What is that? California Angels right there, it looks like. So that's a young card of him. New York Met. And I think of him as a Met, but Greg Jeffries, who spent some time with the Cardinals right there, played first base for a couple of years. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, this guy, his son's really good too. But I think of Detroit, he's probably one of the first 5 players I think of. Cecil Fielder right there.
Yeah.
Big Cecil. Oh, Vince, Hall of Famer right here. The greatest stolen base player ever, played forever, talked of himself in the third person, Ricky Henderson going into home plate right there. God, I love Ricky Henderson. He was so entertaining. All right. Oh, here we go. A great reliever, one of the all-time great White Sox players, Bobby Thigpen. I haven't thought of that name in a long time, Vince.
Yep.
Nice uniforms there.
1 year.
Okay. Right here, Astro, Eric Anthony.
Oh, yeah. Center fielder.
Was there a band, Eric Anthony and the Imperials or something like that? Little
Anthony and the Imperials.
Yeah, that's it. I'm close, Vince. I'm just close enough to mess it up. Oh, big Ben McDonald, LSU pitcher. There he is with the Baltimore Orioles. There he goes, man. Oh, I love this guy. He was a Cardinal at the end of his career. We tried to talk him back to another year, but he wanted to retire. Tom Hinkie.
Yeah.
I love that card of him there, too. I never hear Tom Hinkie signing or anything. I would love to get some stuff signed by Tom Hinkie. And the last guy I have here, in honor of our Brewer friend, a pitcher, Chuck Grimm.
Yep.
And honestly, I don't remember Chuck Grimm, but there he is with the Brewers. And that's it, Vince. One Hall of Famer. One Hall of Famer.
Okay. My puzzle piece from this is Pirate legend Wilver Dornell Stargell.
Hey, Pops.
I got a cup right off the bat. Third baseman, Luis Salazar.
Oh, I remember him. He was good.
Or as I used to call him, Salad Bar, because I've always been into dumb dad jokes when I was. Shortstop for the Red Sox, Tim Naring.
Oh, yes, I remember him. Only Red Sox. I don't remember playing for anyone else.
Pitcher for the Braves, Mark Grant.
I remember the name. Couldn't tell you anything about him.
He's from Alpine, California. Now you know something about
All
him.
right, I'll remember Mark Grant, Alpine, California.
Outfielder, played for the Diamondbacks, played for the Orioles, played for the Angels, went to Southern Illinois University, Steve Finley.
Oh, yes. Ryan Ludwood compare our new center fielder Church to Steve Finley.
Oh,
So they were mentioning Steve Finley on the broadcast last night.
very good.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer.
Oh,
All-star left fielder. You've already talked about him. Ricky Henderson.
oh, Henderson's everywhere.
Oh, closer for the Yankees, Dave Righetti.
Oh, he was good. San Francisco Giant, too.
Rated rookie catcher for the Phillies, Darren Fletcher.
I remember Darren Fletcher.
Pitcher for the Indians, Mike Walker.
I don't know him.
Give a little Mike Walker love here. Oh, he's from Chicago, Illinois, born
Hey.
on October 4th, 1966. 6'1". He batted right, he threw right. So
All right. Mike Walker.
I hope he's doing well these days. Oh, pitcher for Oakland and also pitch for the Yankees. Good, like seventh inning relief guy, Gene Nelson.
Oh, yes. Part of some very successful teams.
The guy who not only hit a home run out of Wrigley, he hit it over the roof,
I know it is.
Allen Hill.
Yes. Oh, he crushed that thing.
Oh, Giant shortstop, Jose Uribe.
Yes. I think there was more than one Jose Uribe. I know the Cardinals had one, but
They were 13 or 14 up.
13. Okay. The Uribes.
Former Ranger outfielder all-star, Don Frizzy's one of his men, Juan Gonzalez.
Oh, yeah.
Juan
Gone.
Catcher for the Mariners, Dave Valley.
Oh, yeah. He's the guy I think of when I think of catchers for Seattle. Well, except now the big dumper. But yeah, Valley and him.
Former Cardinal, former Astro, former Cub, Frank DiPino.
I remember him. Bullpen guy.
And finally, a guy I've never heard of for the Yankees, a pitcher, Dave Island.
I do not know Dave Island.
No. At least his mother loves him. Okay. JJ, I'm gonna have a fun week going to Memphis, visiting Rebecca and Brendan and taking in a AAA game and
Have a blast, man.
just having some fun. I'm going to leave my damn it doll at home.
That's right. You guys are 1-1 against these Brewers now.
Now, let me check this real quick.
Oh, yes. I'm anticipating this. I have no fight in this. Brendan's not a very nice person. And then Vince loves the Cubs. So either way, I'm no skin off my teeth.
We're up 2-1 after 4.
Okay. There you go. Oh, wouldn't a sweep be nice, Vince? Yeah.
I want to take 3 out of 5.
Oh, there you go.
I don't have any illusions we're ever going to catch them. I'm not stupid. I watch way too much baseball. We're not going to catch the Brewers. I want to start piling up wins and make sure that we get that top spot in the wild card and don't blow it. So
the Reds aren't terribly far back. They're still in there. So just watch out for them. They're still lurking it back there.
Watching out for the Reds. They got Hunter Green back, and he threw like his.
I know it.
Last night, so
yeah.
I don't know if we have the Reds anymore. I know we played the Cardinals the last series of the season in Wrigley. I think this finishes us off with the Brewers. I think we're done with the Pirates. So I'm not sure about the Reds.
I'll be darned.
Yeah. So, well, JJ, you have a good one, and we will see you next week.
Next week, guys.